What is a fuel? Recall that sources of heat energy for domestic and industrial purposes are mainly wood, charcoal, petrol, kerosene, etc. Wood, charcoal, petrol, kerosene, etc. Some of the substances, all these substances are called fuels. A good fuel is one which is readily available, it is cheap, it burns easily in air at moderate rate, neither too fast, neither too slow, and it should produce a large amount of heat. It does not leave any undesirable substances after burning. Correct. So these are the characteristics of good fuel. Good fuel के characteristic कौन कौन से हैं? We can write. So a fuel, good fuel, it has to be cheap, it has to be readily available, then it should burn easily, but it should burn at moderate rate. Correct. Neither too fast nor too slow, and it should give large amount of heat and no undesirable residue. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characteristics of good fuel. So probably no fuel can be considered as an ideal fuel. We should look for a fuel which fulfill most of the requirements for a particular use. Fuels also differ in their cost. Make a list of fuels familiar to you and group them as solid, liquid and gaseous fuel as shown in figure 4.3. So solid fuel, apart from coal, you can say that wood is another solid fuel. Then cow dung cake is another solid fuel. Correct. Charcoal is another solid fuel. Liquid, apart from kerosene, you have petrol. Then you have diesel, you have oils, you have ethanol. In gaseous, you have LPG gas as natural fuel, then biogas. So like this, you can think of many fuels. So each fuel has some pros and some cons, that is some advantages, some disadvantages. Some are cheaper, some are costlier, some are readily available, some produce large amount of pollution, like that. Fuel efficiency. Suppose you were asked to boil a given quantity of water using cow dung, coal and LPG as fuel. Which would you will prefer? Give you a reason, you may take help of your parents. Do these three fuel produce same amount of heat? So there is one physical quantity which measures the efficiency of the fuel, and that is called the calorific value. Amount of heat energy produced on complete combustion of 1 kg of fuel is called the calorific value. यानी कि 1 किलोग्राम फ्यूल जला के जितनी हीट जूल्स में, हीट इज मेजर्ड इन जूल, हीट इज एनर्जी, तो जितनी जूल एनर्जी बनती है उस वैल्यू को उस फ्यूल की कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू कहते हैं. इट इज एक्सप्रेस इन यूनिट किलो जूल पर केजी. किलो जूल इज नथिंग बट 1000 जूल. 1 किलो जूल इज 1000 जूल. So cow dung cake, its calorific value is 6000 to 8000 kJ per kg. Wood 17,000, 22,000. Coal 25,000, 33,000. Petrol, kerosene, diesel all are 45,000. Methane 50,000, CNG 50,000. LPG still higher, 55,000. biogas 35,000 to 40,000, hydrogen 1,50,000. So which is the best fuel among all this? Yes, you will say hydrogen is the best fuel. But why it is not used in large amount? Because it is not readily available. Correct. Cow dung cake is very cheap. Wood also is cheap. So each fuel has its some characteristic. CNG, LPG, they have more calorific value than petrol, diesel and kerosene. So like this you can compare the fuel. Burning of fuel leads to harmful products. Increasing fuel consumption has harmful effects on the environment. Carbon fuel like wood, coal, petroleum, they release unburnt carbon particle. यानी फ्यूल में से जो धुआं निकलता है वो धुआं क्या होता है? ब्लैक स्मोक. Black smoke is nothing but unburnt carbon particle. They are very fine particles. They are dangerous pollutants causing respiratory diseases such as asthma. Incomplete combustion of this fuel gives carbon monoxide gas. It's a very poisonous gas. It is dangerous to burn coal in a closed room. Carbon monoxide can kill person. कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड कैसे किल कर सकता है पर्सन को? कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड जब हम इनहेल करते हैं तो वो हमारे बॉडी के अंदर हीमोग्लोबिन नाम का जो पिगमेंट होता है, वो हीमोग्लोबिन हमारे बॉडी के अंदर ऑक्सीजन कैरी करने के लिए यूजफुल होता है. जब कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड हम इनहेल कर लेते हैं तो कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड उस हीमोग्लोबिन के साथ रिएक्ट करके कार्बोक्सी हीमोग्लोबिन नाम का एक कॉम्प्लेक्स कंपाउंड बनाते हैं और उससे क्या होता है, हमारे सेल को ऑक्सीजन नहीं मिलता और ऑक्सीजन न मिलने के कारण सफोकेशन हो सकता है, उससे मौत आ सकती है. आपने सुना होगा कि जहाँ पे गैस गीजर है और अगर गैस गीजर बाथरूम के अंदर है और बाथरूम एक ऐसे कंजेस्टेड प्लेस है, वहाँ हवा आने जाने के लिए कोई रास्ता नहीं है, तो ऐसे बाथरूम में लोग नहाते नहाते भी मर सकते हैं. दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ दिस कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड. और ऐसी भी कई न्यूज़ हमने पढ़ी है कि हमारे नॉर्दर्न स्टेट में जहाँ बहुत ही ऐसे ठंड होती है, जैसे कि उत्तराखंड प्रदेश में, तो वहाँ पे लोग रात को फिर लकड़ी जला के हीट पाने के लिए वहाँ पे लकड़ी जलाते हैं और उससे भी ऐसे ये कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड तैयार हो सकता है. तो इन सब चीज़ों का ध्यान रखना चाहिए. Combustion of most fuel releases carbon dioxide in the environment. Well, carbon dioxide is not a poisonous gas, but still it causes global warming, and that's why it is considered not good for the environment. For centuries, wood was used as domestic and industrial fuel, but nowadays it has been replaced by coal and LPGs. In many rural parts of our country, people still use wood as a fuel because it's easily available and low cost. So good things about fuel is its availability and its low cost. However, the bad thing about wood that it produces a lot of smoke when it burns. It causes respiratory problems and also trees are cut. Although it's a renewable fuel, if you cut the tree from the roots, then that tree is gone. So trees are useful. So uncontrolled cutting of trees is also not good because it leads to deforestation, which is harmful to environment. Global warming is the rise in the average temperature of the atmosphere of the earth. This results among other things in the melting of the polar glaciers, which lead to a rise of sea level causing floods in coastal areas. Low-lying coastal areas may even be permanently submerged underwater. Burning of coal and diesel releases sulfur dioxide gas, It is an extremely suffocating and corrosive gas. Moreover, petrol engines give off gaseous oxides of nitrogen. तो पेट्रोल डीजल जलाने से क्या होता है, कोल और डीजल जलाने से क्या होता है, सल्फर के ऑक्साइड और नाइट्रोजन के ऑक्साइड ये रेन वाटर में फिर डिसॉल्व होके एसिड रेन कॉज कर सकते हैं. जैसे कि देखो अभी सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड है SO2, व्हेन इट इज डिसॉल्व्ड इन वाटर इट प्रोड्यूसेस एन एसिड H2SO3 that is known as sulfurous acid, and when sulfur trioxide dissolves in water it produces sulfuric acid. Similarly, nitrogen oxide NO, when it is dissolved in water it forms HNO2, that is nitrous acid, and when nitrogen dioxide dissolves in water it produces nitric acid. So all these acids are harmful to the environment. They cause acid rain. Use of diesel petrol as fuel in atmosphere is being replaced nowadays by CNG, compressed natural gas, because that natural gas, when it burns, it doesn't produce any smoke. Also, amount of sulfur and nitrogen is very less in that. So CNG is a cleaner fuel.